Alright guys, so today, what we're gonna talk about is update 4 and how to prepare for it, because I don't want people to be in update 4 saying, oh my goodness, I did not prepare for this update. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna be walking you guys through each of the steps to be prepared for this update. So without further ado, let's get started. Oh, and by the way, we're super close to our bundle giveaway at 43k subscribers. And again, at 43k subscribers, we're gonna be giving away one of these bundles right here, depending on your choice. And all you have to do in order to be part of it is to click that like and subscribe button and join our Discord down below. So if you want any of these cool bundles right here, all you have to do again is like and subscribe and be on Discord, and you have a pretty decent chance of winning it. So yeah, subscribe and let's get this video started. So we still have approximately a few weeks. By the way, sorry guys if you can hear some dog noises in the background. I mean, I just can't control that. But again, we still have a few days because the release date is on February 24. So if you guys want to be prepared for this update, there's a few things that you can do, and that's mainly getting a lot of essence stones. In the next update, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna need a ton of essence stones, right? Because there's gonna be a ton of new units in the next update. So right now I have 7 rainbow essence stones, which is definitely not enough. Everything that I have right here is not enough. Like for example, if I would want to evolve someone like who should I evolve right here? Okay, let's try and take a look at a newer unit. So like let's say for example Karem. Like let's say for example I wanted to evolve him. That's 40 green essence stones. Like most of these right here, just one unit will consume a lot of these stones that I have, right? So again, if you wanted to do this, I would recommend having at least 50 of each of these stones right here, and at least 20 rainbow essence stones, right? It's pretty easy to do, honestly. You can just log in every single day and buy the stock that you can see from here, from the gold merchant, and I'd say you would probably have enough if you were doing it for a while. And if you don't have a lot of gold, you can easily get gold, and we're gonna talk about that later on as well, because gold is important. But again, logging on every single day for the next couple of days should have a little bit of essence stones, and the rest you could probably farm with macaroni or macro in the dungeon stages, of course. But yeah, that's currently my number one tip. Have at least 50 of each of these stones right here, and 10 or 20 rainbow essence stones, because you're gonna need a lot of them. I feel like 50 stones is not even enough to evolve all the new units in the next update, which is kind of insane. Now, as I did talk about gold, there's actually one very easy way to get a lot of gold, and that is through the boss event right here. If you want to get a lot of gold, you could easily just go to the boss event right here and get a crap ton of gold. You could even get rate rerolls right here, but this one right here is the most important. It can give you around 600,000 gold, and having a lot of gold is pretty important as it's used in many scenarios, specifically for gold merchant, and also for you can also use it for transferring stats, which in my opinion is very important. And speaking of stats, you could also get a lot of stats from here, right? Like you could get 2 stat chips and 1 stat chip every single day, and if you keep doing this, you would have a decent amount. And also if you keep doing the daily challenges, you should have a good amount of stones and stat chips from that as well, right? But again, the boss event right now is pretty overpowered. You could get a decent amount of stones from here, and you could even get a decent amount of stat chips from here as well, and even essence stones from here, which is honestly pretty nice. The next one is going to be the 4th. Okay, so let's summarize it for now. Number 1, get a lot of stones. Number 2, do the gold from boss event. Number 3, do get a lot of stat chips, okay, because that's going to be very important for the next update. And you could get stat chips from challenges, from shop, or even from the boss events. The number 4 tip that I have is do the world lines, because this is going to disappear in the next update, and if you do not do the world lines, you are going to miss on a pretty decent unit, which is actually S-Death. You're never gonna have a chance to get her again unless trading comes out. So try and get her try and finish world lines now, because it's gonna go away in the next update, which in my opinion S-Death is a pretty good unit, so try and get her. Now, the 5th tip that I'm gonna give you guys is pretty cool in my opinion, and this is to simply just farm infinite. Now, farming infinite will net you a lot of food, which is actually used for feeding your units. But again, doing the gem or doing infinite will actually give you a decent amount of gems as well. But mainly really here, the main focus is getting a lot of food, because the food really is very useful, and you can use it to level up your units, of course. Like let's say for example, the difference between a level 58 Gogeta and level 60 is 145, which is actually a decent amount of damage. Okay, so imagine the difference between a level 50 and a level 60, right? It's pretty big. The difference between level 50 and level 60 is pretty big, and you're not making the most of your units if you don't have a lot of levels on them. Now the next one is actually a pretty simple one, and this is actually going to be the 6th. Let's say for example you have a lot of stones already, you have a lot of food already, you have a lot of gold already, then this one is actually going to be the most simple and basic one. If you're not the type of person to macro, or you don't know how to macro, simply just go to AFK chamber and AFK. And the reason for this is because you could get a lot of presents from this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually got Gogeta in the last update, and most of the presents, or all of the presents that I used to get Gogeta, came from AFK area. So yeah, you can actually get Gogeta from the AFK chamber, and yeah, that's pretty cool, right? And also, the last thing, one of the most important things as well, is to finish up the 200 rerolls that you could get in Winter Shop. You can get 200 rerolls right here in Winter Shop. Try and get that now before it's gone for the next update, because yeah, it is going to be pretty important for the next update. The rerolls, it's going to be pretty important, and that's going to be the last thing that I'm going to be mentioning before I end this video. It's to pretty much save your rerolls unless you have Gogeta, okay? Because Gogeta, in my opinion, is one of the best units in the game. Like, let's say for example, you have Gogeta. Getting Gogeta with Monarch is the most insane thing in the game, and he will probably not be beaten in a while. Like, let's say for example right here, I mean, I'm spending rerolls on him, but I probably won't get Monarch on him. But yeah, I definitely won't get Monarch on him, right? But yeah, again, it's very important to have these rerolls, because these rerolls right here will... My goodness, bro. What the heck? My goodness, I really am an ethereal demon, am I? Right? Like, this game really is playing with me. I'm starting to become an ethereal demon. Look at how many ethereal units I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot of ethereal units, my dude. So much ethereal units, man. This game is playing with me. But yeah, again, getting these traits is very important, and a lot of these traits, especially for the next update, like for characters like Aizen, is probably going to be very beneficial for them, unless again you have Gogeta, because Gogeta is still the best unit in the game. His passive and his ability is just way too useful, in my opinion, to be defeated by a unit in the next update. I think his passive is just top notch, and again, he's very awesome with Monarch. So if you do have rerolls and you have Gogeta, I would still recommend to reroll on him because of just how good he is with Monarch. But if you don't have Gogeta, save up your rerolls for the characters in the next update, because they're probably going to be pretty decent and pretty cool as well. But if you want to go know more about how to get rerolls, I actually just made a video about that a couple of days ago. But that's pretty much it for today's video. There's a lot of things that you could do to prepare, but I think I covered most of them in this one. And yeah, I covered everything from gold to gems to trait crystals, stat chips, and even levels, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. And the last thing that I want to say before we end this video is subscribe to the channel, because every single sneak peek that's going to be releasing, information and news, we're going to be covering them. So if you want to stay up to date to Anime Vanguards news, then all you have to do is click that like and subscribe button, because we are going to be covering them, and you're going to stay up to date as long as you're subscribed to the channel. And again, also there's a giveaway. So yeah, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.